It's music video reaction time.
Yeah. We are back with another PNL reaction.
Ooh.
That's right. The French rap duo.
Yes.
They were brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that music video, when they shot it on the Eiffel Tower. All do. Oh my God. That was amazing. I was so convinced it was just fake. That was CGI. Because who would let these two guys up on the... And it was real.
And it was real?
100% real. They basically paid over $100,000 to film on there, which is very rare for the French government to allow people to do that.
Wow.
So we get so many requests from people to check out some of their other music. And the one thing that I love about them is that they always have some sort of deeper, really heavy message in their stuff. And we're all about reacting to the world, not just fun stuff, but also understanding like the different things that are going on in different parts of the world. And we don't know a lot about what's happening in France. So this particular music video called Deux Freres, which means two brothers, is one of their more recent videos. I had the subtitles on, so at least this time we can follow along. All I know is that when they rap, it's a lot about social injustices that are going on, which has really struck a nerve with the French population.
All right. Well, let's listen to this because the first time we listened to them, that was mind-blowing.
Yeah. They have a style of music that is very different than what we usually listen to. It's this sub-genre of rap called cloud rap.
Cloud rap.
Yeah. And they call it that because it almost has a ethereal quality to it. Almost like you kind of filmed it in your room and you made it in your own production studio. So the sound quality is a little bit muffled. It almost sounds like it's a distant sound, right? Sort of like very airy, like in a cloud. It's a kind of style of music that if you listen to Post Malone or A$AP Rocky, they basically have latched onto this particular subgenre of rap.
Right. All right,
so let's check this out. One fair warning, the last video we watched of them, we had to edit it quite a bit because it kept getting blocked, which is why there aren't that many reactions to their music video. So we have to chop this up a bit just to be able to get it out there, but we're going to watch the whole thing from beginning to end. It's a long music video, and it's no wonder they're just like the hottest thing that's going on in France and Europe in general.
All right, let's do this.
All right, let's check it out. And away we go. Oh, is it maybe them as kids?
Maybe.
The two brothers? It was filmed in this part of France that is known for, well, it's kind of like the ghetto. It's like known for high crime. It was this construction of projects where 100,000 people will live there, but they don't have a great number of outlets or opportunities from there. So
that's them now.
La police d'une à 6 étoiles, à toujours se dire Bellec. Trop gentil comme Cody, sentiment dans la salle du temps.
Unemployment here is like really high.
Oh my goodness. So through this music video, we will be able to see the lifestyle that they have.
I don't know if they grew up here.
Il était une fois deux frères, deux fauves, deux trous dans le cerveau, poteau, deux pères. Esprit de gosse caché derrière le fait. Pris d'ambition en stagnant devant élevé.
I try to find some information about it, but there isn't a lot because all of it's in French and not translated in English. So if you understand what's happening in this music video, please let us know. I'm sure there are a lot more deeper messages that are being conveyed here.
On a grandi comme les princes de la ville, les rois du hall. Dans le ciel, pas plus d'une étoile, en face du trône. Des grammes, des kills de peine, mènent dans le bel.
I don't know if you notice, but a lot of the footage featured people from very different ethnic backgrounds in this music video.
I didn't notice.
It's an interesting issue that they've faced because a lot of those minorities live in these kind of projects. And so it's a lot of the immigrants, the recent immigrants that are suffering because of this. And that's why showing this side of society, right? There's a lot of different minority groups that are disenfranchised in French society.
Did you see the cockroach?
You think they actually placed it there, or was it just really there to begin with? It's hard to tell with a dilapidated building like this. It looks like they're filming really run-down places. It's just like, this is the location. This is what it's really like. But their technique, their production values are just top of the line. They spend good money on telling these stories. Riots going on. I actually remember there was a rebellion that was going on there for a good number of years. This whole area, the police never bothered to go into.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They were just neglected. So crime, drugs just proliferated.
Wow.
And it wasn't until decades later that they finally had police come in and trying to help the situation. So they kind of feel like a forgotten part of society. I love the style of music they have. It's a very synthesized tone to their voice, but a lot of heavy beats mixed in together.
I just love the beat.
Personne d'entre vous, même pas moi, même pas les anges de l'enfer. J'ai aimé mon frère plus que ma vie, comme me l'a appris mon père. Chaque rêve, chaque cauchemar, chaque ennemi, chaque euro partagé. Et à part les nombres de cicatrices, rien ne va changer.
Aww.
Man, these brothers are like brothers for life.
Thick.
Stick together on everything.
Même dans les mêmes miroirs, on s'est regardé. Dans les mêmes trous noirs, on s'est égaré. Quand on était petits, on avait les mêmes sables, plus grands, les mêmes armes. Même Niax, même terrain, ego, les mêmes Chilagbo.
Who else do you trust?
Yeah.
You gotta turn a family.
And even if their dad was not a good dad for them, and their dad taught them to love each other and to respect, you know?
Yeah.
Rien ne nous sépare, même pas nos bitches. Tout ce que je prends, je te le donne un peu comme envie. Toi qui sais ce que je vis, que moi qui sais ce que tu vis. On s'est dit c'est l'heure de les baiser si on fusionnait chi.
Oh, see, they're gonna go somewhere. Daddy's taking them.
Their mom wasn't there either. They were just kind of neglected.
Oh, wow.
And their dad went to jail for many years, so I don't know who raised them.
Right.
There's a silver lining, I think, to this whole music video and the message that it's trying to convey.
Yeah.
Because it's a pretty grim look at reality. It's a pretty dark reflection of what they had to go through. I think if you strip away the environment, strip away the drugs, the violence, it is a message about two brothers and how they stick together. And that must have came from somewhere. And the fact that they believe that, you know what, this is something that our dad left behind. He might have bashed our heads together. He may have been tough on us, but we have this because of him.
Exactly. And I think dad has no choice at that moment, right? To survive, in order to survive, to raise them, selling drugs. Or he need to, of course, it's not a good way to raise children.
Well, we don't know if that's the reason why he did it.
Well, that's just my interpretation on the video.
They talk a lot about drugs. They kind of grew up with it.
Like, yeah.
Their
dad, right?
Yeah. And actually one of them too, the older brother was sent to jail because of it too. But in many ways they reform now. This is what they do. I bet you that's not fruit he's cutting. A nice side of hash brownies.
Morning weed.
Deux frères,
The morning.
deux frères, deux frères, deux frères, deux frères,
Whoa.
deux frères,
Is that real?
deux frères.
Yeah, they bought the whole building.
That's the biggest poster of your face
They
I've ever
bought it
seen.
and they put a big poster, like, in your face, people.
It's huge. 5 stories tall. Oh, wow.
Wow, that was it, huh?
That didn't feel like a long video at all.
Yes. So, because you got hooked with the story, right?
Yeah.
You're like, okay, what's next? You're eager to know what happened to them.
I was expecting like the story would have continued an untimely end, but it kind of just ended to like where they are now. This was really just more of a reflection back of what they went through as brothers and what they had to go through to be where they are now.
Right.
I don't know how much of it's real. I don't know how much of it is storytelling.
Right.
But given what I hear of their backgrounds,
Right. It looks
quite
like,
frankly, yeah, it's like
looks like it's their story.
the stories are already so fantastical. It's like, man, you might as well just believe this is real.
This is like Eminem. Storytelling.
I can see that. Yeah.
You know.
Very raw. The lyrics are very raw, very hard hitting. Kind of just telling it the way it is.
Beautiful. Emotional.
This is what's marvelous about this video is that even though it's close to 8 minutes long, half the time they weren't even singing.
Yeah.
There was no rapping. There was no storytelling. It was just the visuals along with some music to it. It's a really powerful story. I bet it felt very cathartic for them to be able to create something like this and tell their story. From my understanding, their last couple of music videos had done ridiculously well. It's like hundreds of millions of views, and the sales of their albums have went like triple platinum type of thing. Like we're talking like 10 million units sold just in France.
Wow.
So they clearly have made it big. They clearly have made their money doing this. It's not just I'm doing this to flaunt my wealth. I mean, clearly they dress in a way that comes across like, we got good money.
Yes.
But they're always getting to the heart of society that doesn't get a lot of exposure. And also, just be clear, even though they're from France, they're Algerian, which is why they have very Middle Eastern look to them. They have darker skin, they have facial hair, which I will never get in my entire life, no matter how much I try to work on it.
But they're born and raised.
They're born and raised in France, right? That's why they sing in French. Yeah, that's why they talk a lot about like the ills of French society, because they know it very well. They were in the heart and thick of it all.
All right, well, that was great. Another dramatic piece